Wouldn't you know it, that up until this year, the Phillies have been the better baseball team than the New York Mets? He talked about two things in this little rant. He talked about fundamentally, which is okay, and then he talked about defensively. Well, defensively, he's just flat out wrong. Do you know the New York Mets, each of the last 2 years, have committed more errors than the Philadelphia Phillies? Did you know that? Did you know that this year, with Nick Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber, two guys that we thought were going to be absolute butchers, and Alec Boehm, who's coming around a bit at the third base position, do you know that the New York Mets over the last 2 years have committed more errors, including this year, than the Philadelphia Phillies, and that this year, with the aforementioned names, Boehm, Castellanos, Schwarber, the Phillies have committed the third fewest errors in all of baseball? And yet he wants to talk about fundamentals. Well, here's a little thing for you there, Keith Hernandez. Odubel Herrera isn't here anymore, so that's good. And also this, which I didn't realize. I knew the Mets weren't blowing people out of the water before this season, that they're incredible. But listen to this. Let's see. This year, the Phillies have lost 3 of 12 to the, 3 of 12 to the Mets. The Mets are 9-3 against the Phillies this year. But the 3 previous years leading up to this year, the Phillies have beaten the Mets in their season series each of the last 3 seasons. This year, not looking so good, but each of the last 3 seasons. And when it comes to just overall record, 3 of the last 4 years, the Phillies have had a better record than the New York Mets. So, Keith Hernandez, with all due respect, what the hell are you talking about? When you're talking about fundamentals, you're talking about defensively, you guys have committed more errors than the Phillies, which is hard to do with names like Schwarber and Castellanos playing in the field as often as they have. What are you talking about when the Phillies have had a better record up until this year than the New York Mets? And when it comes to head-to-head, the last 3 seasons, again, not including this one, the Phillies have had a better head-to-head record than the Mets. So when you're talking about how terrible the Phillies have been, they've actually been better than the Mets. And if you want to talk about the Mets in the last, 5 years at least playing in a World Series, 6 years playing in a World Series, that's fine. In the last 10 years, you guys have made the playoffs 2 more times than the Phillies. So no matter how you shake it, no matter how you look at it, you can't say that far and away the Mets collectively over the last 5 years have been some incredible, infallible team compared to the Philadelphia Phillies, when statistically speaking, the Phillies have been the better team in the 2 categories that you highlighted. And the ultimate spiking of the football is that, Odubel Herrera is not here anymore to make us go, what the hell is he doing? Instead, now we can look at Keith Hernandez and go, what the hell are you talking about? The Phillies are not fundamentally sound and not defensively. You know what? Not a lot of us would disagree with that, to be honest with you. But if you're going to talk about fundamentals, Odubel's not here anymore. When you talk about the defense, the Mets have committed more errors than the Phillies. Mets this year, sure, might be far and away better than the Phillies. Probably are. But when it comes to the last couple of years here, do you want to talk about how they're not worth your time? Dude, you're watching the Mets. How do you stomach the Mets? This year I get. But over the last couple, Phillies have been the better ball club.